Bayern Munich is by far the biggest club in Germany and by far the most successful in the next 10 years. What they now need to do is make a large acquisition in the transfer market. I know just who we need to get in the next few years. Welcome to Talking Bayern, the one-stop shop for Bayern Munich content on YouTube. Today we'll be discussing why Bayern Munich needs to sign Florian Wirtz. So Florian Wirtz is really the next great German. He's currently an 18-year-old wonder kid playing for Bayer Leverkusen in the Bundesliga. He's very similar to Kai Havertz. I'd say it's one of the most comparable players to his game. They're both very well-rounded offensive players in terms of dribbling, speed, and shooting. All pretty well-rounded players. One thing I would say is that he's a bit shorter, however, than Kai Havertz. So I know Kai Havertz is a pretty large player. Florian Wirtz is only, I think, 5'10". Obviously, the comparables there. They're both from Leverkusen, both great young talents. Obviously, Kai Havertz has now moved on, but now Florian Wirtz is kind of seen as the next Kai Havertz in their system. However, I do think that Florian Wirtz will become a greater player than Kai Havertz. I believe that Bayern needs to make a big splash in the transfer market. We should have the best German players. We are, as I said, the best and the biggest German club. We should be signing the biggest German players. I do think that Wirtz could be the best player to come out of Germany in many years. Obviously, Jamal Musiala is another excellent 18-year-old German player. I know he's like English as well, but still, I put him right up there with Florian Wirtz as a player we need to get for Bayern. So Wirtz dominated at the U21 Euros. If you did watch that, he was Germany's best player and arguably the biggest reason they won that tournament. He scored big goals in big games. He did not score in the finals, but he scored twice in the quarterfinals or the semifinals, I believe. But still, he was a very important player for Germany. And I do expect him to take a larger role for the German national team in the coming months. Obviously, he's now graduated from the U21 program. And I do think it's only, he should be a starter or bench player for Germany going forward. Obviously, this role on the team is going to advance as he grows and develops. I just don't see how Hansi Flick could not have him in his plans for the upcoming World Cup in 2022. He would still have over a full year to develop at the time, and I do expect Wirtz to be, an incredible player in a year from now. As I said before, he is just 18 years old, and he's already valued at $49.5 million US, which makes him the second most valuable 18-year-old in the world, just behind Jude Bellingham. So obviously he's an incredible talent. He's already highly rated, and I think the last few games has only increased his value. He scored 4 goals and 4 assists in just 5 games across all competitions this season. So obviously Europa League and Bundesliga. So he's obviously doing an incredible job. He's already scored 9 Bundesliga goals at the age of 18 as an attacking midfielder. He's not a striker. He is an attacking midfielder, and he's putting up outrageous numbers. As I said, 8 goal contributions in 5 games so far this season as an 18-year-old is crazy, especially at Leverkusen, which isn't the most high-octane team in the league, if we're being honest. The good thing here is that Leverkusen have already kind of conceded the idea that they are going to lose Florian Wirtz. They do have him locked up for another 5 years, so they want to hold him on to as long as possible, but obviously they're going to come in for a big cash day, and it's said to be in the summer of 2023 is when they're said to be willing to let go of Wirtz, and I'm expecting a crazy large transfer fee. It obviously would have to break Bayern Munich's record transfer fee if we are to get him, but I do think it's worth it. I think Bayern Munich needs to make that splash. As I said, we should be getting the best young German players. We're the biggest and best German club. This is the kind of move we need to make in the coming years and really establish ourselves as a super club with the other oil clubs such as Man City and PSG. I know it can be hard to get our name in the mix nowadays, but I really do think making an acquisition like this would really help our case and hopefully get us some more Champions League titles in the coming years. I know there are a lot of worries about losing Robert Lewandowski, and I think if we pick up Florian Wirtz, that will remove a lot of that problems if Robert Lewandowski does decide to move on. Obviously, that will be a very large issue, but acquisitions like this will kind of patch up that problem and put us on the right path for success going forward. But I really do hope that he does come to Bayern Munich. I do expect him to sell in the summer of 2023, regardless if he comes to Bayern or not. I do expect him to be leaving Leverkusen within the next 2 years. Really excited to see what happens to him and be watching his career with obviously great interest. And Bayern Munich fans should be marking their calendars for the summer of 2023. Bayern Munich are well aware of this date and they should be ready to make this acquisition. That would be the time they are going to do it, if they will do it, and if they have the money to do it. That is when people expect that to happen. Let me know in the comments who you think Bayern Munich's big transfer should be in the next few years. Obviously mine would be Florian Wirtz, but I'd love to hear what you guys think. Make sure to leave a like and a comment if you did enjoy this video, and make sure to subscribe if you want to see more content like this in the future. That's all for today. Hope to see you all in the next one. Mia Samia.